I know that the cash flow spreadsheet was something we were talking about, but I also know that you guys are doing a lot of great work on the sales team side. Want to ask, what are some of
And the
the things that are
delivery
going on in
team.
the business? Yeah, what's going on? What's new? What's exciting?
The school method should bring in like a lot of quality closers. So I'm gonna keep running it without telling many people. So I'm not gonna keep divulging all my secrets there on finding the best talent because man, there are some beasts. They're not, they're just the exact person I want. I've been building my custom GPTs. They're really good. I've built a custom GPT that just that literally is me. It's like really cool. Like I'll ask it a question and it'll respond the same way that I would. I asked it today, actually. I asked it a really good question today. I said, how would Andrew define a superstar? All right, like how would I define a superstar on my team? It says Andrew would likely define a superstar as someone who consistently demonstrates a combination of hard work, commitment, and the willingness to push through challenges regardless of natural talent. A superstar is not necessarily the most talented person in the room, but the one who outworks everyone else, stays committed, and even when things get tough, and continuously strives to improve their skills and knowledge. This is someone who doesn't give up, even when faced with adversity, and who is driven by a deep belief in their ability to achieve success through persistent effort. This definition reflects Andrew's own experiences and the principles he has shared throughout the value of hard work over talent.
Dude,
That was written by
that's
Chat. That was
wild.
written by ChatGPT.
That honestly sounds like something I feel like you've said on our calls.
Yeah, yeah. I've uploaded a lot to my custom GPTs, so we're we're getting there. I'm making slow progress. I think I'm just slowly getting there, but yeah, it's just gonna take some work. I'm slowly getting there. I think also it'll help when I get this in-person office. We're still waiting on that. But
No, I'm super
yeah,
excited for that.
a lot of the same old stuff. And I've been doing my best to start delegating more marketing tasks, especially like scripting. So I'm like flexing the muscles of the people who are with me, showing them how I script, which is good because I'm teaching people from scratch. So they don't have necessarily any prior marketing knowledge to go in and start doing like weird stuff that's contradictory to what I have observed and know works. So
No, that's great to hear. And I'm glad
yeah,
to hear that the school side of things is working. What I wanted to know is, have you guys brought in a candidate yet from that side, or is that in the
we
works?
did a third interview with someone today, and we're thinking that we're going to give that person a chance. Um, these are the notes I've gotten from the third interview. Um, I'm not very good indicators on it because there's something off, but Jaron and I think it's worth giving him a shot to see how he does without a calendar. And then if he's good, we put him on the calendar. He does have high energy and strive to be the best and wants to copy Gus's schedule. He's a little new to one-on-one coaching and so needs some coaching there like Gus did. He's been doing affiliate marketing and training a bunch of guys on low ticket items to sell via his e-commerce store. When I asked him what he's willing to do and what his plan is to be the best in the company, he said whatever that it has to do, he'll do it. Then I told him a little bit more about Gus's schedule, and he said he's willing to work hard like that. And he's kind of like, if that's what it takes to be the best, then that's what I have to do. And so he wants to do that, which makes me want to bring him on and see how he does. This is a guy who made an intro video for us. Well, he didn't make an intro video for us. He just had an intro video ready. And supposedly he's done everything well so far. And I said, yeah, I think we have to explain too that he needs to push the affiliate marketing and low ticket e-commerce training stuff to the side because closing lists would take priority. I could one-on-one coach him. He said, yeah, I think he's willing to do that. He's definitely willing to learn too. So I'm going to review the call tonight and I'll see if I like him or not. And maybe I'll give him like 30 days or 60 days without being on the calendar and see like how hard he works. I'll also see if he's coachable, if he's willing to take my advice, how well he can do specific things in the close. But I have like another guy that is really good that I got. I got this one guy. I got this one guy named Joseph. Oh my God. This guy, I'm curious to see how it goes with this guy. At first, when I got introduced to him, he's closing for a trading mentorship offer. It's like a one-on-one trading mentorship. And right now, he's the only closer making over 10,000 a month. And he did that by his second month. So his first month, he made just under 10,000. Oh, I'm sorry. I started mid-June. This will be my second full month on the offer. Last month was just under 10K. This month I'm on track for 13 to 15. Hold on. And like he's had really quick success and he's open to relocating to Miami from Chicago. He wants to move to Florida. And he said, I gave him like some info about the job and things that I'm looking for. And he replied and said, that sounds very interesting. I'm in Chicago and was planning on moving back down to Florida at the beginning of next year. In terms for what you're looking for from a closer, I will outwork the next person to be at the top. And I have invested tens of thousands of dollars into my personal development and work on sharpening that every day. Looking for a solid long-term position with opportunity for growth. Would you be open to having a conversation about potential alignment?
I mean, that sounds like exactly the kind of person that we're looking for. And also, again, I think that you guys fishing in the same pool as school. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. We already see some great connections there. So I think keep
Are
doing
you
all of
guys
those
doing it
things.
now?
I'm gonna have to pass it on,
No.
see if we can.
Oh, no. Let me get like 3 months. Let me get a head start. Let me get a head start.
No, I'll keep the sharks at bay on our side. I'm not sure where they find these guys, but we've had some pretty great people lately come through. But I love the fact that this
What,
is working for you.
LinkedIn or social media?
I have no idea. I'm not
Hmm.
sure. I know that at the beginning of the year we had a like sales convention. We had like a hiring event where like supposedly like something like 250 salespeople showed up to try and like it was basically essentially from my understanding that event was basically our closers role playing with the candidates and determining who they did and did not want. So
Yeah, I'm looking to
um
do this. I'm literally looking to do the exact same thing soon.
Yeah. And in my knowledge, like we at the beginning of the year, we doubled the sales team that way. I know there's been some churn of those guys, but like we went from being, I think, like a 20-person sales team to being like a 40 or 50-person sales team. So
Yeah.
with this, what I want to say is that I think there is value that can be found in filling out that cash flow report, but I also recognize that you guys have other priorities. And right now, it doesn't seem to me like we have a cash flow problem. And if you keep the momentum that we have with the salespeople,
We kind of do. We have a lot of big expenses coming up, but the problem is that they're all up here.
mm,
We don't
but what do
have
you mean
like
by that? By
it's just all up here. It's just like I'm thinking about it. It's like in 2 months I have to pay like 350,000 for taxes. I gotta help my parents with another $300,000 toward a home I'm helping them build. So they came to me last year and they asked, Andrew, could you help us buy our retirement home? And so I said yes. And so they picked out a really nice home in Naples. It's like $1 million home. So, but they need to put like 50% down, which is a little retarded.
that's
So,
wild.
yeah, so I've put down 200,000 so far as a gift. So I do get the tax benefit there of putting it down as a gift. And um and then I have to come up with another 300. I also have to come up with the 80,000 for you guys. I have to get my reimbursement checks from this boat incident that happened. I don't think I told you about it, but no one knows. Maybe like 4 people know. I've done a good job of like not really divulging into the full details, but basically on the way home from the Bahamas, my captain got hit by another boat and it left like a cosmetic damage, but it already got repaired. It was that fast, but now I have to wait for the insurance company to reimburse me because they wouldn't front the money. I had to front the fucking money. It was gay.
That's
So
wild.
yeah, and yeah, so I need that. Um, yeah, I have to pay you guys. I also have to budget for this office. I want to budget at least like $500,000 to build out this office. I'm buying a shell space. So I get to build it how I want, which I really want because a lot of the office space that's available, I don't like how it's laid out. Um, like they have like small rooms, a lot of walls. I don't want that. I want like a completely open floor with like glass panes, if anything. And then the only like rooms that are going to be like quiet are still going to be glass pane, but I'm also going to build a studio. I'm going to build a TV studio like Grant, which is going to cost at least like 100 to 200,000. And then I'm going to build another studio that's going to be a little bit cheaper, probably like 10 to 20,000. But the camera equipment's going to be expensive as well because I want to get cameras that have fans in them. A lot of stuff, right? Because I can film long form content. I really like how in the past, and I feel like this is coming back, but in the form of like podcasts and stuff. And Patrick Bet David's doing a really good job of this. Is broadcasting TV. So they have like Patrick Bet David basically has like a TV show almost, right? But Grant has also had TV shows. And I want to essentially do a similar thing where I have like a TV studio where I could, film my own stuff about funding business, investing, or all this other stuff, or even politics. Because that stuff goes viral and that stuff gets you seen and that stuff gets you clients. So, and I would rent out the studio space too, but I really want to use it for me and I want to have my own TV set. So all this stuff's going to cost money. I kind of rambled, but that's why like a cash flow report is going to be important because only I'm really thinking with those things. And at this moment in time, I'm the only one making the big financial decisions in the company. Do I need some help with like pulling away maybe some recurring expenses? Yeah, totally. Like if I could pull away some of these, if I could have an extra eye on like, okay, I'm wasting money on these small things, maybe I could make myself an extra $100,000 back each year. Um, can I cancel this? Can I do this? But I think that is also thinking with the wrong mindset. When the right mindset is like, I shouldn't try to be scarce. I need to really focus on doubling down and doubling my actions to double my income is really what
Cool.
needs to be
And I
done.
think right now what I'll say is I think right now, as you said, there's a lot of investments that you've made, and there's also obligations that you have outside of those investments. And what we need to see is the reward from those investments that are made.
Yeah, that's
And
the
what I
problem.
can
I haven't
say,
gotten the reward because I'm all for doubling my actions, but I need my team to double their actions. And that's the problem. I've removed people who won't do that, and I'm trying to find new people who will double their actions and they're all in, and it's like a great culture. I think having an office and moving people down here is really going to help with that. Because especially if I could bring a guy down here like Gus, and he wants to produce all the time. Bro, that guy's going to be in the office every day, 12 hours a day. Every single day, that man's going to be in the office all day from like 8:30 to 8:30 every day. And like other people are going to be around that and notice that, and they're going to want to be there. But also with this new recruitment video, you're going to love this. I'm making this recruitment video. Nope. Nope. Here it is. Yeah, with this new recruitment video, you should take a look. This is really good. but it really sets the bar for like who we want on the team and like what we're not going to tolerate. There's some really good stuff in here. Like I got to revise some of it, but I even like included ChatGPT wrote this, by the way. My custom GPT wrote this. My custom GPT made this, but we also want to be crystal clear about our expectations when it comes to personal and professional life. We don't want anyone who engages in unethical behavior or surrounds themselves with the wrong crowd. We don't tolerate people who waste their time doing things that don't contribute to their growth. This isn't a group that gets together and drink on the weekends. This is a group that works on the weekends because that's what we find fun. We're all about business and self-development here. We want people who are fully invested in themselves, in their growth, and the success of our clients. If you're someone who's afraid to invest in yourself or doesn't take personal growth seriously, then this isn't the place for you. It also talks about like being on a team, competing with one another. If you're not in it to be the best, then don't show up to our culture. If you're not hitting your targets, we're quick to make decisions. And it really gets into other things that we want, what we're looking for, which I got to edit more of these, but people who bring energy and dedication every day. Role is for people who are not afraid to put in long hours necessary to achieve success. Sometimes you're going to work long hours and it will be exhausting, but this is really for the person who eats, sleeps, and breathes business and self-development. It's more than just a job. It's a new way of life. So it's really going to attract the correct people, and it's going to show because this really sets the bar. It's like, look, if your life is not this and you're not willing to make those changes, then this isn't going to be a good fit to work together. Like, although you really admire what our company does, this is what it takes to be part of the team. And you can't be part of the team and have like a like a non-productive environment outside of work. Like it needs to be aligned.
No, I mean, I'm excited. I think that, when I look at those investments and whether or not they're necessarily bringing you the reward for having made them, I think that it really does come down to us locking in what the sales team looks like. We've been able to attract and align different people, but we need to have a system that keeps them and retains them and develops them. And I think that's exactly what we're putting in place right now. And then on top of that, you guys are doing a better job of filtering who you're spending your time interviewing, right? By looking at school, looking at how can we put them through a long form recruitment process that will filter out those that aren't interested. Um, so I think that these are all good things. What I'll say is that I do think that it would be great to review the cash flow with you and start thinking about what that looks like. And I would love to
Yeah,
do
because I
that.
got like $1 million plus. And if anything, dude, you should find out. You guys could probably figure out the answer to this, but I don't think so. It's very, very difficult. I'm not sure if you ever experienced it, but if somehow I could pull the $750,000 in reserves um, from my current payment processor, I really want to access that capital.
Yeah, what
I
wait, so explain. So are you saying that you guys have funds that are locked up due to the refunds that are being caught by the payment processor, or what's going on there?
correct. Yeah, the chargebacks, correct. Look at this shit. Bro, it's crazy. I'm not allowed. This is my money, but I can't touch it. I'm not allowed to access it. That sucks for the chargebacks. Bro, it's all mostly people. Dude, one guy who got funding charged us back like 14 grand, and he like just an investment went wrong for him. But I'm finding the cause to it. They're not doing a good enough job of actually explaining the risks and setting expectations before sending these people to investments. So when they go and fuck up with their money, they they are upset because they were never really set the proper expectation, and then they decide to charge us back, which is ridiculous. But yeah, this is all money that I can't touch.
Is that money that's in dispute for chargebacks?
Nope.
Is this money that you guys process through here that's being held because of the chargebacks?
Correct.
I'm assuming you guys have switched payment processors.
Yes, we're in the process of switching over payment processors. Correct.
Um, let me see if there's something we can do. I mean, I don't know what that looks like, and I don't want to put any false expectations. Speaking of expectations,
You guys
but
might know how to do something with it. Maybe like, I don't know if Matt Hendricks knows anything or any of your finance buddies know anything or colleagues. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say
well, I
buddies,
wonder
but
if there's maybe like a legal action or something like that that can also be taken, where if there's something that they need to get you through the process, maybe there's just some information that you need to provide that we can support you with identifying. So,
these payment processing agreements are ass. They're ass. They basically say like they can hold it for as long as need be. There is like a little clause in there for not less than like 9 months, but they've been holding this same exact amount for like well over a year now. Let me see. Check this out. Oh, snap. Let me see. Yeah, they stopped on November 2023. So it's been 9 months and this amount has not changed.
well, let me talk and see if there's something there. I mean, obviously, if it's been in process for 9 months, maybe you can talk about that clause that's in the contract to see if there's something you can do to get the money. But that's a ridiculous amount of cash that's just sitting on the sidelines. So
Yeah, I know. And I could use this cash. This cash would be so useful to my business right now. Let me see the last time we opened up a ticket. July 5th. Okay, so we haven't. Yeah, they really won't let it back. I mean, fuck. What would Andrew do? Look at this. What would Andrew do?
that's amazing.
I have 750,000 being held in reserve, and I want to know how Andrew would sweet talk his way to essentially close the payment processor on releasing funds despite there being an average of $50,000 of chargebacks each month.
Honestly, this AI stuff is just wild. Like it blows my mind what it puts together. But
Yeah,
um,
but yeah, but but if I'm typing it into mine, it'll give me how I would respond.
oh, that's so interesting.
Dude, this is literally how I'd probably say something too. This is really solid. I'm just gonna say, form this into a letter, and the payment processor name is Maverick, and I have been working with them since May 2022. Dude, they're gonna be so pissed. They're so tired of me asking about it, but I mean, I should continue.
How would they be tired of you asking? That's an unbelievable amount of
I'm
money.
yeah.
So well, Andrew, what I will say is this is that I would love for us to have a call next week as well. But what I will say is that I do think for us to continue having value on these calls, we would definitely need to have that cash flow report filled out. So what I want to ask is that something that you feel like you can have completed by next
Do you
Tuesday?
have yeah, do you have like a I guess like I guess my accountant should know how to fill out the cash flow statement. I'm just gonna have to coordinate it with Gladys and Frank. Let me
And
just
what I
say,
would say, and what I would say is this is if you guys want to do your best at filling it out, and then on the call we can review it together and I can answer their questions. And then in the following week, we can have it so that the report is up to date and accurate.
okay. Yeah, I just sent them a message.
Okay. Well, let me send I'll send the follow-up email. Are you good for this time next week? So from 2:30 to 3.
Yeah, that should work for me.
Okay. I'm gonna update this to weekly on Tuesday and updating time. And then if you want to include them on that call, just let me know. Oh, sorry. Is it possible for us to do I see I've got a handshake. I have two internals that are back to back. I can't miss. Is it possible to do 3:30 to 4? I think that would be almost
Yeah,
six
that'll
o'clock
be
your time
fine.
though.
I know I'm free at that time.
Okay. All right. Well, if they would like to join us on that call, they're more than welcome to. Or if we need to reschedule to an earlier time so that they can support us, and I can support them in identifying how to fill it out, we can definitely work through that as well. But does that sound like a good plan for next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in addition to this, I hope you have, I wish you some luck on filling out this for the processor. I'm going to ask our team to see if there's anything we can do to maybe support, because again, that is just an unbelievable amount of money to have tied up for that long. Maybe we can make a recommendation. But is there anything else you need from me, Andrew, this week?
Um, no, not at this moment.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, I'll let you get back to it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll talk to you next week. See you, my man.
See ya.